Probably said you.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Brandy Miller. If you're new here, I know it's a lot of you guys that have been following this channel for a while know that there hasn't been any uploads on this channel in about 6 years, all over 6 years now, and I thought it was time to come and just give you guys a life update. Honestly, guys, this is something that I have actually dreaded doing. Just because I'm just not super comfortable being vulnerable in front of the camera or in general. But I know that, this would definitely help someone that's in the same type of transition that I've been in the last 6 years. So just to let you guys know, if you're new here again, this channel was ran by my husband and I, but unfortunately 6 years ago, he passed away very, very unexpectedly. And at the time, I was actually 9 months pregnant and we were expecting our first child. So as you can imagine, that was a devastating, traumatizing time for me, just trying to really understand what was happening, how literally, 24 hours before that, we were having fun and just happy and, actually getting the car seat. I remember all of that, getting the car seat ready and everything too. My whole life was in shambles. My life as I knew it was completely just shattered and over. My husband passed away on April 11, 2019. He was actually playing basketball and just passed out. And we later found out he had a very, very rare heart condition, very rare for a young 35-year-old Black male. And I'll put the name of the medical term of. And so as you can imagine, again, it took us all by just complete shock. You just have all these questions about why, why now? We all know, I know that we all have to go. Don't get me wrong. Like, I understand that's just the cycle of life, but you're never ready, right? And especially in such a joyous time. I was due any day now. If you guys saw the last videos that were posted, we had just had our baby shower. We had painted the nursery and got everything together, and just this one day just took everything that I knew away from me. And so from that moment on, I just did not know, honestly, how I would make it. I didn't know how I was going to go on. I didn't know if I was going to be able to go on. Honestly, I remember, talking to my sister and just having a moment. And I remember she said, it's okay. It could have been worse. What if you guys would have been in the car with him and something happened and we probably would have lost all you all. In that moment, I remember thinking, and that would have been just okay. That would have been fine, because I wouldn't have to deal with this pain. I wouldn't have to deal with the hurt. I wouldn't have to deal with having to, learn life again. How am I going to raise my son by myself? How am I going to get through life? I just felt like that was the end. And I remember even going to therapy shortly after that. And one thing I realized is that I was trying to go to therapy, not for the right reason, but just trying to rush the process, right? Rush the healing process. I want this feeling to go. If I go to therapy, if I go to counseling, it'll just, I can just rush the healing process. I can rush the grieving process, right? But we all know that's not how it works. We all know that grief does not work that way. We know that everything is in God's timing, right? And so it was in that moment that I realized that I'm really gonna just have to go through this. This is something that I'm gonna have to just go through. It's not anything that's going to just happen overnight. It's not anything that I'm gonna have to be able to suppress. I'm gonna have to really grieve the loss of my husband and take care of a newborn at the same time. The thought of it even now still blows my mind. Like, I don't even know. Well, I know how I got through it, but I just don't. If I had to think about the mental capacity that it would take to get through a situation as that, I just know that I wouldn't make it, if I'm honest. But I think I said at the beginning of this video that I was dreading telling this story. I was dreading coming and being vulnerable with you guys. But I know and I realize that everything that happens in our lives, most of it is not for us, right? A lot of it is to help someone else get through, to help someone else really just push through and understand that this isn't the end. Most of my grieving season, I thought that it was the end. I thought that I just did not understand how I could get through. But I literally had to pray. Like, I literally had to get on my knees and I had to just ask God for strength multiple times a day. It wasn't even every day. It was multiple times a day where I just had a moment where I just did not know if I was going to make it, how I was going to make it, and just be able to push through. But one thing that I adopted and I kept telling myself every single day is that it won't always be like this. It won't always be like this. I would tell myself that every day. It won't always be like this. It won't always be like this. And I don't know why or how that gave me the push every day to kind of just keep going. And I want that to be the message for someone that's watching this, is that it won't always be like this. It won't always feel like your world is ending. It won't always feel like life is over. God will help you. He will help you. I promise. I'm a living testimony. He will help you put every single piece back together. Do I have moments? Yes, I still have moments. Do I still understand, why everything happened the way it did? No. I just trust God that one day I will know. And I trust God to get me through, to help me raise my son, to help me really just live the life that he wants me to live, and really, really just make my husband proud. I know a lot of people out there are grieving. I know whether it's a loved one, a relationship. I even went through the grieving process of grieving the life that I thought I would have. Even still now, I grieve the life, that I wanted with my husband during the holidays, and, thinking about all the things that he would have done, and just the way that he would be raising my son, and, all those things. I still grieve those things, right? I still grieve the idea of the life that I would have had with him. But I know that what I'm doing, how I'm raising our son, I know without a doubt he will be proud. And honestly, that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. But I know that a lot of people are, going through grieving seasons. And it's hard. Trust me, I know wholeheartedly. I know firsthand just how hard it can be and how hard it is to push through and to try to get to the next hour, the next day. But just know I am living proof, okay? I lost my husband on April 11th. I gave birth to my son on April 15th. So I know that it's hard to imagine, but if you can just think about how traumatizing that was, and how hard it was to raise a newborn as a new widow. And here I am 6 years later, just sitting here telling you that it's gonna be okay. So I am living proof that God is a redeemer. God is a healer. God is a waymaker. He'll get you through any and every situation that you may face. I don't care how ugly it is, how hard it is, how hurtful it is, how traumatizing it is. He will give you the tools and the resources you need to make it through. I promise you that. So if you're in a season of grief or grieving, just know that it doesn't last always. You'll get through it. God is with you. I know a lot of people say time heals, which I think, it does play a part in it, but God heals. Okay, God heals. And not saying that, of course, you're always going to have your moments. That's just a part of life. That's just a part of the grieving process. But God will take care of you. He will take care of you. He will carry you through this season. But you have to go through the process. You don't be like me where you're just trying to rush through and just, oh, if I hurry up and get therapy, or if I hurry up and talk to someone, I can hurry up and get through this process. No, it doesn't work like that. I wish it did. I was really hopeful and thinking that, oh, if I do this, this will happen and I can just, I'll be okay. But no, I'm a better person because I had to go through that process. So again, I'm a living testimony. I came here to let you guys know that I'm okay. I'm finally in a space that I can actually talk about this. And again, it's not on my own will. It's because God gave me the strength to do it. He gave me the nudge. I had to be obedient to him to come and, tell my story and to just encourage someone to just kind of keep going, to keep pushing, and to know that God's got you and he's going to take care of you. So, of course, behind the scenes for the last 6 years, I've just been, just taking my time, slowly healing, taking care of our son. He's 6 years old now, almost 7. You guys will see him on the channel. So I'm excited. I'm excited to start back vlogging. This was something that he and I both did together. And after he passed away, I kind of didn't feel comfortable or didn't really want to get back into it, but it's something that I really loved. And I know that he would want me to continue to do it as well. So going forward, you'll have a weekly vlog. So it's more like lifestyle, of course, some style and fashion. You'll see Canyon here and there on the channel as well. So, and I'll also be going live here and there. But yeah, so again, I'm excited to be back. I'm excited about being able to engage with you guys again. I know you can understand why we've been gone for so long. So thank you for your patience. Really, really, really appreciate you guys just sticking in there with us. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments. Any questions that you may have. If you're having a rough time, having a grieving season right now, reach out to me. You can find my Instagram information below, or you can just leave me a message here in the comments. But again, thank you guys for your patience. I'm excited to be back. Until next time. Bye, guys.